Krishna, welcome back to this class. 108 important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. We have covered up to 2.44. Last time we were discussing about the verse where we discussed about how the different when we are attached to certain things, how is it important for us to come out of that attachment? Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya prahtachetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. And of course, we have been discussing verses from the beginning, starting from the first verse of first chapter. Then we discussed seventh verse of second chapter, and then we had many verses like that. So now today we are going to discuss a very important verse. Of course, all are important, 108 important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. So today we will discuss this verse which speaks about the bondage, how we are bound in this world. So that is being spoken about. This is second chapter, 45th shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvastho Niryogakshema Atmavan. I'll repeat it once again. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvastho Niryogakshema Atmavan. Krishna is saying here, the Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes, be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. So, this is the verse which we are going to discuss today. Now, we have been discussing on the verses where we saw connection also. So now, after speaking about Krishna has spoken about the enjoying tendencies. He has earlier spoken about heaven also, prosperity, rituals. And now he's telling Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Means the Vedas mainly deal with the three modes of material nature, and you must rise above these modes. So what is exactly Krishna saying here? He's saying that we can say that Vedas or the Vedic literature, they show us how to live in this world. So then Krishna should be saying, Arjuna, you should follow Vedic literature because they're showing how to live in this world. But then Krishna is showing us how to transcend, how to leave this world. Not just remain in this world, how to leave this world and go to a place like last time, if you remember, we were discussing about spiritual world, how nice the place is. Krishna is waiting for us there just to hold our hand and take us around and show us the whole spiritual world. So, this verse, Krishna is now teaching that don't just be here and be happy. You have to go to the spiritual world where you can be eternally happy. Arjuna was confused, overwhelmed, emotional. And Krishna is saying, Arjuna, don't get trapped in the Vedas. Go higher. Become transcendental. So this verse basically is telling all of us, we should always be looking to go higher. Not get trapped. Not get conditioned that, okay, where I am, it's okay. I don't want anything else. Actually, it never happens. We are never satisfied in this world. It never happens that we are completely satisfied. You all look into your own life for a few seconds. Think about it. Meditate on this. Can any of you say, I'm completely satisfied, I don't require anything else in my life? I don't have any trouble, I don't have any desires, I don't have any miseries. No, we are all looking for something higher, right? We are never satisfied. Whenever I speak about this satisfaction, the story comes to my mind of a person who had put up a board next to his house. He had a house and a vacant plot next to his house, big plot. So he put up a board there. I am ready, I'm willing to give this plot free of cost to anyone who's completely satisfied. Just imagine such a huge plot, you're getting free of cost, just you have to be satisfied, that's all. So one very rich and influential person was passing through that and he saw the board and he went to this person's house. He said, Sir, are you serious? Are you going to give this piece of land to anyone who's completely satisfied? He said, yes, why not? I'm going to give. So he said, I am very satisfied. I have a nice family. I have a nice business. People respect me. So I'm very satisfied. Please give me this plot. And the person said, Sir, if you are completely satisfied, why do you require this plot? That means we are not satisfied, right? We still require something. So Krishna is telling us through this verse, please go higher. Don't just get stuck at one place. So let us try to understand this beautiful verse. Krishna begins by saying, Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Traigunya Vishaya Veda means Krishna is saying much of the Vedic literature, not entire, but much of the Vedic literature deals with these three modes, Traigunya. Three modes means goodness, passion, and ignorance. We are all bound by these three modes. All our activities throughout the day, whatever we do, are actually done under the control of these three modes. In fact, before even I start discussing about these three modes, I would like to show you that how we are bound. So then it becomes easy for you to understand what I'm going to discuss further. I'm just trying to find, okay, there was a nice picture. Anyway, it's not there. So we are actually in these three modes. So Krishna is saying Traigunya Vishaya Veda. So all the Vedic literature speak about this only. Traigunya. That how you can be happy, what you can do. You know, in India, we have a lot of rituals which we follow. If you have any problem, you approach someone and he'll tell, okay, you do this puja and that puja and everything will be all right. And I'm sure some of you also might be into that. That people may be telling you, okay, if you do this puja and that puja, like if you see snakes in your dreams and you call someone here, oh, something is going to happen. I have seen, he said, oh, you have this dosha and that dosha, you should do this puja and that puja. And then you say, okay, take whatever you want, but I want this puja to be done because I don't want any problems in my house. So this is, he's saying, Traigunya Vishaya Veda. That this is all in mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. We keep doing things like this. So what is it? The three modes. Why Vedas speak about three modes? Because this world is made up of these three modes. Like we wear clothes. So cloth is made up of threads. Threads going here and there and all, and that's make the cloth. If you remove the threads from the cloth, what happens? nothing remains. Cloth is nothing but combination of threads. That's all. So this world is nothing but combination of these three modes. That's why it is important for us to understand what are these three modes, how we are affected by it, and how we can come out of it. That is what Krishna is telling Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunyo Bhava Arjuna. So after speaking that everything is in three modes, which we are speaking, and even our so-called religion, which we follow, it is actually, I should say it's a pity, it's an irony that most of us who are following the Vedic literature, we do not understand the real purpose of following Vedic literature. We feel Vedic literatures are meant just to tell us how to perform a yajna, just to tell us how to perform a puja, just to tell us that what we can do so that we can be happy in this world. This is called Traigunya Vishaya Veda, where we utilize the Vedic literature just for our own satisfaction, just to feel that how I can be happy in this world. Now, is there something wrong in this thinking? That I want to be happy in this world? What is wrong? Yes, everyone wants to be happy in this world. So if we are utilizing Vedas for that, what is wrong? Krishna says that is a lower stage of understanding of scripture. The higher stage is you don't utilize Vedas just to be happy in this world. You utilize Vedas to be happy eternally. That means Vedas give you two kinds of results. One, short term, or just for maybe this life or next life like that, few lifetimes. The second is eternal. Eternal means which is never going to end, everlasting. Now it is up to us which one should we choose. And Krishna is very, very tricky person. I should say. He doesn't say anything straight because it's not his problem because he stands also three bent fold. He cannot stand straight also, Krishna. So what to do? Our Lord is like that. So he doesn't say anything straight. In Bhagavad Gita also says there are certain things in the beginning they may taste like poison, but in the end turns out to be nectar. And the things which in the beginning turn out to taste like nectar turn out to be poison. Krishna is speaking about this, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, that if you are choosing out of the two results, if you are choosing the first one, okay, short term, let me be happy for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, that's okay, I don't bother about later. Krishna says this is like tasting the nectar in the beginning, but in the end turns out to be poison. But then the other part with Vedas are telling us long-term benefit. It may be difficult in the beginning, like performing bhakti, chanting the holy name, following some rules and regulations may feel a little difficult, kind of poison in the beginning. But Krishna says in the end it will turn out to be a nectar because that will give you eternal benefit. So that's why the first thing Krishna is telling here is Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Now, after telling this, the Traigunya Vishaya Veda, and we are not supposed to get stuck with this, he's telling Nistraigunyo Bhava Arjuna. Arjuna, rise above these modes, transcend them, don't get stuck into them. This is like, like if you are sent to a jail and you have been provided with all the facilities. Now, I'm sure none of you must have gone to a jail, even for a visit, because it doesn't seem to. But I have been to the jail just for a visit, please. So I have been there in the prison house and I have seen there are divisions, like, there'll be one which is like for low class prisoners, then there will be like first class prisoners who are given all the facilities. But ultimately, they are all prisoners. So similarly, these three modes create three kinds of prison house for us here in this world. Third class, second class, and first class. Third class, we can say very poor people, downtrodden people. Second class, which are like middle class people having decent income, etc. First class, stinking rich people. But then, whether you are in third class prison house or you are in first class, ultimately you are in the prison house. You are not free. Similarly, in this world, if we have some facilities, we don't have facilities. Doesn't matter. Nistray gunyo bhavarjuna. Krishna is telling Arjuna the purpose is not just to be here, purpose is to go beyond, rise above. Now, rising above the modes is a very, very important statement. What does it mean? It can also mean that we have so many flaws within us, shortcomings within us. We have envy, we have greed, we hate people, we have desire to be on top of the world. Like Prabhupada, when he went for a TV interview, and the interviewer, Prabhupada, was speaking to him in his office, and Prabhupada asked him, "What is the purpose of your life?" So this person, he opened his drawer. He had bunch of visiting cards of his own company people. So he took all of them, kept on the table, all the visiting cards. And then out of that, he took out his visiting card and kept it on top of all the cards. And he said, "This is the purpose of my life." Means to be on top, to be the CEO, to be the boss of the company, or whatever you can say. So that's it. So here, why Krishna is telling that don't get stuck, rise above. So you may have desire for this, you may have desire for that, you may have hatred in your heart, you may have envy in your heart, you may have greed in your heart, you may have desire for fame, recognition. Rise above. Because that's not going to make you happy. It will increase your anxiety. If you remember when we were reading the translation of this, then the translation also said that how to be above the modes. When we were saying Nistray Gunyo Bhavarjuna, the translation also says, be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety. So, we have so many anxieties. Now, Krishna is advising Arjuna, rise above. Nistray Gunyo Bhavarjuna. How to be Nistray Gunya? We will discuss. But then Krishna is saying, Nistray Gunyo Bhavarjuna, please rise above. Rise above what? And then Krishna says, Nirdvanda, dualities of this world. Dvanda means dualities. So he's saying, become free. We are always caught up in pleasure and pain. We are always caught up in insult and praise. We are always caught up in heat and cold. We are always caught up in victory and loss. These are the dualities of this world. We keep on dealing with that. If we lose, we are always looking for victory. If we have pain, we are looking for pleasure. If we are being insulted, we are looking for praises. Right now we are in the winter. We are looking when the summer will start. And when we are the summer, we think, okay, when the winter is going to start. We are always in duality. This world is a world of duality, where one thing is defined by another thing. Say, for example, if you want to define darkness, how will you define darkness? Darkness is defined by absence of light. So there has to be duality. Absence of light is considered to be darkness. Or if you want to define death, absence of life is called death. So this world is a world of duality. Krishna says, Nirdvanda, rise above the dualities also. Don't get stuck into this. Because this world, it comes with a package deal. When you enter this world, when you take birth in this body, you get a package deal. And what is a package deal? You can never be always having one kind of situation. So sometime you'll be happy, then sometime you'll be miserable. There was a movie sometime back in India in Hindi, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, right? So that's the truth. We can never, it never happens that you're always happy or always miserable. So dvanda is there, duality is there, isn't it? You think about it. Like, say, you get up in the morning and you want to be very happy, right? Who gets up in the morning and thinks that, okay, today I should have a fight with someone, or today someone should come and cheat me? Thank you very much. You get up in the morning, you want to have a wonderful day, you want to enjoy the day. But then, as the day passes, you realize that some things don't go the way you want. So, dualities are there in this world. Become free from dualities. Nirdvanda. Nitya sattvastha. Not just nirdvanda. He's saying that you should get fixed in pure goodness. Sattvastha. And then he says niryoga kshema. Niryoga kshema is a very important word. Don't be obsessed with acquiring or protecting. That is what we do in this world. We want to go on acquiring the things. We think that things will give us pleasure. It's really very disturbing to know that we don't realize that it is not the things that are going to give us pleasure, but we go on acquiring things. We feel that if we have more, then we will be happy. Isn't it? Everyone thinks like that. I remember I was meeting a very big person one time, a very wealthy man, and he was asking me about my life. So he asked me, so how much do you get, Prabhuji, in a month? As if I'm working and I'm getting a salary. So I said, nothing. He said, what do you mean nothing? I said, I don't get a salary. No, I mean, what is your income? I said, I have no income. He wasn't convinced. He wasn't ready to take it. That how can a person survive in this world with no income? So he said, then how are you happy? What do you have? I said, I have nothing. He said, do you have a bank balance? I said, I don't have a bank account. What to talk of bank balance? And he was looking at me for a few seconds. He couldn't believe what I'm saying is true. That I have no income, I have no assets, I have no savings, I have no bank balance, I have no bank account, and still I'm happy. So he was looking at me. He said, how can you be happy then if you have nothing? And I told him that the happiness of having nothing is much greater than the happiness of having everything. Because that happiness comes with fear of losing. I have no fear of losing anything. So that happiness can be only experienced. I cannot explain you. What is that happiness? You only think from material point of view, I have nothing of my own today. Still I'm happy. Because I have learned that happiness is not in acquiring things. Happiness is in relationships. Happiness is making someone happy. Happiness is in your connection to the supreme source of happiness. There you find the happiness. It's not in a paper. It is not in gold. It is not in dollars. It is not in shares. It is in people. It is in relationship. You will not be known by what kind of shoes you were wearing. You will not be known by what kind of clothes you were wearing. But you will be known by how many hearts you touched in your life. People will remember you for that. Relationships connection to the Supreme, devotion, qualities. These are your assets. This is real wealth. How many people, how many friends you made? Friends means real friends. How many people's life you touched? That is your real wealth. And that's what will make you happy. Because ultimately, whatever you are trying to acquire, you're obsessed with acquiring is not going to be with you. So that's why, what will make you happy? Krishna is saying, Niryogakshema Atmavan. Atmavan means be self realized, be spiritually conscious. That's the real happiness. So Krishna began this shloka by saying Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Means he was saying, what is the cause of your misery, of your trouble? And he ended this verse by giving the real solution that be self-realized. You'll never feel the pain. You'll never feel the bonding. You're bound by it. You'll feel liberated. You'll feel happy. You'll feel free. Real freedom is when you're self-realized, when you're spiritually conscious, Atmavan. So these are the verses of Bhagavad Gita. If you look at them, it seems I don't get these words, modes of material nature and this and that, Traigunya, Nistraigunya, very difficult. No, it's not. Krishna is giving wonderfully in just one verse the cause of your problem. He's giving you the problem, material problem, and spiritual solution. So you have a problem. Yes, I'm disturbed. I want this. I'm not getting it. So I'm always running behind it. I want these things. I want praises. I want money. I want fame. I'm not getting it. I cannot maintain relationship with people. Yes, Traigunya Vishaya Veda. And what is the end he's saying? Niryogakshema Atmava. You're very, very obsessed with this thing. Stop it and go for self-realization. So Krishna is not asking Arjuna to become extraordinary. He's asking him to become free. In this world, we want to become extraordinary. He's an extraordinary person. No, we don't want to be extraordinary. We want to be free completely. Atmavan. Atmavan means one who's situated in the self. One who's very happy knowing the self. One who's very happy knowing my relation with Krishna. What can make me happy? One thing which will make me happy if I know my relation with Krishna. I have lost that relation. I don't know how many of you have seen the old Hindi movies where they used to see that something happened to the person, he gets hit on the head and then he forgets everything, amnesia. And then he starts asking, "Main kahan hu?" Whatever. No, nowadays, they don't make such nice movies, but earlier they used to make that. And then this person was not happy because he was always asking, "I don't know, where am I from? Where is my family?" And he'll always be looking. And then, of course, someone will come and sing a song, and then he will remember, and then he'll be very happy. Right? We are also like that. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. And then someone like Srila Prabhupada comes and then he sings a song, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And then we remember, yes, Yadon ki Bharat or whatever. So, uh, so that's why Krishna is not asking Arjuna to become extraordinary. He's asking him to be free of all these things. So how does these three modes bind us? Now let's go on discussion. We just had the word by word meaning, Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Now let's see how these three modes bind us. When you are in mode of ignorance, it binds you by laziness, some kind of addiction, some kind of, I should say, abuse of time. Abuse of time means you're spending so much of time in social media and on your this, that, wasting and time. It's all mode of ignorance. Mode of passion binds you by desires and anxiety. You have some goal, you are ambitious, you want to go and earn more, you take a lot of stress. This is all also binding. And then mode of goodness, where you feel superior to others. You have attachment to purity. Okay, I just want everything very clean, very pure. So let's see some things how we can understand that which mode. I mean, we are all into we are talking about the modes. So then we should also understand that there are how the modes are affecting our life. Just quickly, we'll have a look and then we'll again continue our discussion on Nistrai Gunyo Bhavarjuna. So, which mode am I in? We need to find out. And at the end of this class, I'm going to share a Google form with you where you just have to give marks to yourself. There are certain questions, you just give marks to yourself and then find out where you stand. So, which mode am I in? Of course, when we talk about animals, they are also in mode of goodness. They are known to, like cow is considered to be in mode of goodness, and animals like lion, tiger, these are considered to be in passion. There are animals in ignorance. Our time is divided into these three modes. Morning time is time in goodness. Afternoon is passion, and night is ignorance. So that is why in the morning time we do certain religious activities, chanting of the holy name, etc. During the day we earn money, that's passionate activity. And then in the night, you all know what you all do apart from sleeping, of course. A lot of parties goes on, a lot of things goes on, everything in the night. So that is all ignorance. So now, okay, let me show you these things. Now let's see and try finding out where you are. Hmm. Of course, I'm going to share a form also later, but let's just try to find out where you are. So here you can see that a person in mode of goodness, when he is in mode of goodness, so what are his symptoms? How can you know the person is in mode of goodness? So, person in mode of goodness, he likes to read books of philosophy, poetry, science. These are our symptoms. Now, what I'm speaking is their general system, general symptoms. Don't just think if someone is reading book of philosophy, 100% he is in goodness. Maybe his other things also are there. He may be in passion. And also, please understand that there is no person in this world who has only one mode, only goodness, only passion, only ignorance. There will be always be combination. So, somebody who likes to read books of philosophy, etc., he doesn't like to eat meat, doesn't like to have intoxication, he doesn't like to do gambling, no liquor, no extramarital relationships. He takes religion as a serious duty, very pious person, honest man, honest person, selfless, thoughtful, and very helpful for others. Such a person is in mode of goodness. Okay. I hope most of you will find yourself in this mode of goodness. Then we see mode of passion. Mode of passion, the person, he gives a lot of charity, but he gives it only for fame. There are people who like to do charity, but at the same time, they want to see their name everywhere. People should know that I have done it. And if somehow your name doesn't come, he gets disturbed. Whenever I say, I remember very, very nice incident. I remember when I joined the ashram. So we were in Mumbai, in the ashram, and then it was a very small temple. Now, of course, it has become a very big temple. It was a small temple. We didn't have the facilities. And I remember we didn't have fans. We had put up a new shed, and even in our brahmachari ashram, we needed fans. So somebody told there is this person, he is a big donor, why don't you go to him? So we went to him and we said, "Ki, we want about 40 fans, to be put up in all our shed. The new shed has come up and rooms and also 40 farm." And he said, "Yes, yes, take it." And we were very happy. Wow, such a generous person. We just told him and he's ready to give. So he gave 40 fans. So all the fans came, we called electrician and immediately they were all put. We were very happy. And the first day in my room, when I lie down and on the fan, and I saw the fan, each blade had his name written on that. Like you can imagine, you're looking up and you're remembering, instead of Krishna, you're remembering him. Each blade, not like small somewhere, each blade, it was donated by, donated by this. And then I just saw, I said, what is it? Is it on only one fan? Then I went outside. I looked at each fan, each blade had his name. Not only just on the blade, on the round part in the between, and on the that rod, everywhere. So there are people. He's giving charity, but he's giving for name and fame, not for actually doing the charity. They do a lot of hard labor, but mostly for honor. For them, money is honey, or I should say, money is sweeter than honey for them. And they hanker for family prestige. And the attraction between man and woman is very strong for a passionate person. They usually disregard scriptures. They are not bothered. They're just bothered about name, fame, money, prestige. Uh, and then religion becomes a social affair for them. Now, this is an important thing. We also follow religion, but we follow religion for what? Now, please understand, when you follow religion, is it important to follow religion? Or is it important to understand the reason why you're following religion? The intention behind following religion is more important than following religion itself. So here we see these passionate people, they follow religion just as a social affair. Like, they go to the temple, they meet people, they discuss business. They have no interest. I went to one function. This was supposed to be a recitation of Ramayana. And when I went there outside, I saw so many cars. I was very happy. I said, "Oh, so many people are interested in Ramayana." And then when I went inside, Ramayana was going inside the house, and say about 40, 50 people were sitting there inside listening or reciting Ramayana. And there were 200 people standing outside discussing business, politics, sports. So for them, it was just a social gathering. Okay, we have to go. So what can be done? Okay, go. We are not bothered what is going on, but we will continue with our politics and with our whatever discussion. So religion becomes a social affair for them. Or I should say, another word for this is that religion becomes a kind of entertainment for them. Anyway, we have to go somewhere, let's go to the temple, or let's go to this program. So that becomes just a religious, social function for them. And then they become mad after seeing and showing glamour. People are really crazy, no? At least in India, I see if it is advertised that, okay, so and so sadhu is coming to give the lecture, hardly you'll see people. And then you just put a small sign somewhere saying that so and so film star is coming. Um, I don't know the latest whoever are there, but maybe whoever. So you just put it the name, and then you'll see so thousands of people just to have a glimpse as if Krishna has come. So people are mad after this glamour. And you see what is happening today in the news. Most of the news, what you read, is glamorized. Everything is glamorized in that. Like in India, in our borders, every day the soldiers are dying. They are giving their life to protect us. We are sitting here peacefully, enjoying the freedom, and they are standing on the borders, giving their life. Every day a soldier dies, or maybe more. But there is no news. Nobody bothers, nobody listens. And then Aishwarya Rai's daughter steps out first time of the house. It becomes a big news. Everyone is looking, oh, Aishwarya. I don't know whether you know who is Aishwarya Rai. You may not know. Okay. So she's kind of a big star. She was, I think, I don't know, is or was, whatever. So that becomes a news because it's glamorized so much. Yeah. So now recently in India, you see, India loses a match to Pakistan. So big news, or he wins with Pakistan, then whole everywhere you will see India defeated Pakistan, this, that. Glamorized. Recently, um, we have a team of blind women players, Indian team, okay, playing cricket. Do you believe it? I didn't even know that. They have won the World Cup, and there's hardly any news about it. Just see, they must have put so much of efforts, because it's not glamorized. They just imagine, they're blind, they are not able to see properly, and they're playing cricket. They won World Cup, and nobody is bothered about it. Glamour. So this is mode of passion. They're mad and seeing and showing glamour, right? Then there is mode of ignorance. I don't think so I have to discuss this because none of you are in this mode. But I'll just mention it to you so that you can recognize if you find someone. These are the kind of busy and lazy people, dejected, always postponing things. This is a symptom of a person in a mode of ignorance, always postponing things. Can we do it now? Okay, let's do it tomorrow. Why? No, we'll do it tomorrow. Just postponing. Then taking intoxicants, drugs, sleeping too much. This is also a sign of ignorance. They have got nothing to do with God. They feel life is meant for enjoyment because once we die, life will be over. So let's enjoy now. That's all. That's what they think. So they have got nothing to do with God, no interest in spiritual life. We should say that kind of a foolish life they live. I was just mentioning this afternoon in my lecture that Prabhupada was in Australia. He was going by car and people were walking in the restaurants and other places. He could see people. And just by looking at them, Prabhupada had tears in his eyes. The devotees sitting were stunned. What happened? Everything is good. Why Prabhupada has tears? So they asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what happened? Are you okay? Prabhupada said, I'm feeling bad for these people. They're suffering so much. And the devotees looked outside. They were not suffering, they were enjoying. People are in the restaurant, people are here and there, enjoying. And they said, Prabhupada, but they are not suffering. Prabhupada said, they don't even know that they are suffering. So Prabhupada said that they have forgotten Krishna and they feel that they can be happy and they're trying various ways to be happy. But the real happiness is with Krishna. So that they will never get unless they come to Krishna. So this is the foolishness of the people. So that's why we need to understand that if you are in goodness, you can be elevated to the stage of devatas, demigods, or angel, you call them. If you are in passion, you can maybe next life you can become a king, you can become a very rich person, or even mad person, because people are usually crazy about getting something. Or if you're in ignorance, then you will go down. You will become bird, beast, reptile, etc. But if you develop pure goodness, nirdvando nitya sattvastho, Krishna is saying, develop pure goodness, Arjuna. So if you develop pure goodness, you will return to kingdom of God. So that's why these modes are really important to understand how to transcend the modes. This we should definitely know, and we'll discuss now. Because Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't settle for goodness also, go beyond goodness. And that is what now Krishna is explaining. He's saying that sattva, pure goodness, is just a window. You have to transcend it. So now you may be thinking that how do I know these all things, mode of goodness, mode of passion, it's becoming too much. Let me give you a practical example. Ignorance. Ignorance has a trap. Passion has a trap. Goodness has a trap to hold you. So what is the trap of ignorance? That you keep seeing your internet till 3 o'clock in the morning, Netflix, or I don't know, maybe there are so many, you may know well. I am not into all these things, so I cannot give you what all things you do till 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you wake up tired, and obviously nothing to do with religion, and then you just carry on your life. Passion also has a trap that you work very hard, you take a lot of stress, you're always seeking pleasure, more work, no peace. Goodness also has a trap. You think, I'm a vegetarian, I read scripture, I'm better than others. This is called spiritual ego. That you feel, okay, I'm a vegetarian. Look at him, he's not a vegetarian. I read scriptures, I know Bhagavad Gita, and this person doesn't know. I'm better than him. This is also a trap of goodness. So we need to become pure, not just polite. Goodness can make you polite, but devotion makes you pure. So we need to understand that these modes, they are binding us. That is why Krishna is saying, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavajuna. And then he says, Nirdvanda, rise above dualities. Pleasure versus pain, we have success, failure, respect, insult, comfort, discomfort. He said, rise above this. Look for something higher. So that is what we should do, because duality is what happens is they make us react. Devotion make us respond. In every situation, we are supposed to respond, not react. And we have to understand that pleasure and pain, success and failure, everything has a place in Krishna's plan. If you are getting success, it is Krishna's plan. Failure, it is Krishna's plan. There is a nice story in this regard. There was an old man whose duty was to carry water from the river up to the top. There was some place, say, let's say there was a temple. So he was carrying. So how he had two pots. So he used to fill the pots with water and carry. And one pot, it was slightly broken or had a hole in that. So by the time he used to collect the water and go up, reach up, the water used to get empty. This pot used to get empty. But every day he was doing that. So then when the other pot, which was not having any hole or any crack in that, he always used to point to the cracked pot or to the pot with the hole. Look at you. You wasting the time of your master. He's carrying the water, and by the time there is no water remaining in that. So this pot used to always think, yeah, I cannot do anything, what to do. And finally, one day he told his master after months of this thing, that, I'm a useless person. Why are you, why are you not taking a new one? Just throw me out. I have no use. I cannot even carry a drop of water till up. By the time you read, there's no drop of water remaining in me. Then the master who was carrying this pot, so he said, okay, I'll show you something. So he took both the pots and he showed them the path. So the path, he always made sure that the pot with the cracked pot, we can say cracked pot, was always on the one side, because that was the side where he had sown the seeds of flowers. So then he showed the side where the cracked pot was coming had beautiful flowers, but on the other side there was nothing. So then this pot realized that the master knows how to use even a cracked pot. So he was using the correct pot for fetching the water, and he was using the cracked pot for putting the water to the flowers. So similarly, we should understand that even if we are cracked pots, Krishna knows how to use us, and he will. So that is his plan. We should always understand that, and we should come out of dualities. And niryoga kshema, freedom from anxiety of gain and loss. We have in this world two very big stress what we take. Yoga and kshema. Yoga means acquiring what you don't have. In Sanskrit, yoga means adding, addition, right? So yoga, kshema, he's using two words because these are the two words which gives us biggest stress. One is, I want to acquire what I don't have. And kshema is protect what I have. Now just imagine, aren't we into these two things only? Aren't these two things giving us the maximum stress? Because if I don't have something, I keep running. I want that. I want that. I'm running for this. I'm working for this. And then second stress is what you have, you're protecting. Krishna is saying, Yoga Kshema Atmavan. So people spend their whole life worrying about money, worrying about career, worrying about family, health, reputation, assets. Niryoga Kshema. Krishna is saying, shouldn't have the anxiety of protecting it. The more you hold on to the world, the more the world holds on to you. And that is why we should have faith in Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Here also he is using the word Yoga Kshema. There also he uses the word Yoga Kshema. He's saying, don't worry about getting things, I will give you. And don't worry about protecting, I will protect. So that's why this kind of life is required. Nistraigunya life. A life of Prahlad Maharaj. Completely beyond duality. He saw Krishna everywhere. Even in torture, his mind was not disturbed. Ambrish Maharaj, there was no duality. It didn't touch him. He did not curse Durvasa Muni. Jad Bharat, beaten by robbers, yet he didn't react. Perfect example of Nirdvanda. So we should learn a lot of lessons from this verse which Krishna is saying. And first lesson is rise above reactions. Freedom begins when reaction ends. We cannot stop the waves, but we can learn to surf. That is important. So waves of time are coming, waves of our activities, action and reaction are coming. We just need to learn to surf. So rise above reaction. And second is don't chase gains, chase God. When we chase Krishna, everything else follows naturally. Like Srila Prabhupada. He never chased money. He never chased fame. He never chased followers. He never chased temples. He was only chasing Krishna. And everything else followed. When Krishna is first, nothing is missing. So live in pure goodness. What is that goodness environment? Pure goodness. Wake up early. Have a clean lifestyle. Do some meaningful service to Krishna in your life. Read scriptures. Associate with devotees. This is purity. Purity is not a ritual, it's an atmosphere which we need to create. So, how can we go beyond the modes of material nature? We can go beyond the modes of material nature by doing daily certain activity like chanting, hearing, simple living, reducing sensory overload like mobile addiction, gossiping, etc., maintaining balance in duality, reducing something like I must acquire this, that kind of mindset. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't get trapped in the circus of these three modes. Come to me, rise above. So how to rise above the modes? Be mindful of the modes. Recognize which mode is influencing you. Second, offer everything to Krishna. Transform activities by adding bhakti. When the purpose becomes Krishna, the action becomes transcendental, even if done within the modes. But if it is for Krishna, it is transcendental. Like, sometimes when you travel in the flight, then you upgrade it, right? From economy to business class, or you want to have a better flight, whatever, upgradation. So bhakti upgrades every action to a higher dimension. So that's why I offer everything to Krishna. Discipline your senses and schedule, elevate yourself, and seek shelter beyond the gunas. So, if you really want to go beyond the modes or rise above the modes, then you have to understand the modes. Rise above the modes by understanding the modes. That is what we can understand. So let's end our session for today by understanding how to rise above the modes through the modes only. So modes means MODES, modes. Mindfulness of the modes, offer everything, that means Krishna-centered activities, discipline, control senses and routine, elevate through sadhana, and take shelter of Krishna. So this is the way how you can rise above the modes of material nature. And then to conclude, we can pray to Krishna. Now we have taken shelter of Krishna. We can pray to Krishna. We can say, Krishna, lift me above the modes. Make me Nistraigunya. I don't want all these dualities. I really want to be happy. I want to be loved, and I want to love. So if you really want to love and be loved, then you have to go beyond the modes of material nature, from mode conscious to God conscious, from duality to divinity, from anxiety to transcendence. This is the message of this wonderful verse. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, and please forgive me for taking 7 minutes extra. I was trying very hard to be on time, but somehow couldn't squeeze in everything in that time. Anyone wants to ask anything, or any comments, any questions do you have? Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Yes, Sanjay, you want to ask something, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we go to the satsang, we attend kirtans and all those things. What I have observed practically, I just wanted to ask you this question that while the satsang is on and the kirtan pravachan is on, everybody, all the devotees are engrossed and they are listening very attentively and trying to understand. But the moment the pravachan is on and the over and prasadam is on, then I have observed people, devotees, criticizing each other or talking out of jealousy to others, and that makes me feel very I don't know what to say. So normally what I do, Prabhuji, is once the pravachan is over, I move out of the place. So I mean, we talk about Vaishnav satsang, togetherness and be together with devotees, but somehow I move out. So am I doing the right thing or I'm doing the wrong thing?
If the association of devotees is spoiling your consciousness and you're not able to handle that, it is better that you take the essence. Means, what is real association? Hearing from the devotee. So you're there for that. Lecture is there. Suppose there is question answers, something. Yes, you be for there. So that is association you're taking. But as soon as you feel, I'm not saying whether, yeah, it is true that devotees sometimes do that. So when you feel that it is not giving me enough nourishment, rather what nourishment I have got may get destroyed. So there is no harm in moving out of the place. So because of that, you're not in a position where you're not taking the association. You're taking the association. You're taking the essence of it. What is the meaning of association? Not just come, let's go for a movie together. That's not devotee association, right? We as devotees, we don't go for movies together. We don't go to discos together. Oh, I'm taking devotee association. And what are you doing together? We went to disco, we went to Wimbledon, we went to all those things. So what you're doing is taking the essence, you're hearing, and try, if you can find one or two devotees who may not be in this situation, then you can stay there. If you really cannot find, then no problem, no harm in leaving, because you have got the essence, or you have got what you needed, the nourishment for the soul.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much. I mean, I had this question for a long time, and thank you for clarifying. So, what I'm doing is actually right. I mean, if I'm not comfortable, I'm moving out. So, that's the right thing I'm doing, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes.
Hare
If you're not able to find even one or two devotees who are not into that mood, then no problem. What you're doing is right. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day wherever you are, in US, in UK, in India. India, of course, your day is over, but other places, please enjoy and be Krishna conscious, and remember what we discussed today, and try to imbibe those values and imply those things in your life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.